Hello and welcome again to Time Out with Charlie and Andy. It is nice to be here today. I am Charlie Danauta and I'm here with my very wonderful husband.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Andy Danauta and you're welcome.
Yes, you're welcome once again. Have you noticed something, Andy, that the last episode, that's the episode for last week, caught a lot of attention?
Very true.
My God, there were a lot of comments, a lot of questions. It's like everyone just triggered something and he just brought out a lot of questions. Well, guess what? Today we'll be continuing from where we stopped last week. Yes. So we'll be talking more about the extent to which we shall allow exes and besties involved in our relationship. Okay, so Andy will go first. Yes.
Thank you very much, Charlie. Now, I wasn't really surprised, Charlie, when we started seeing the questions and everything, coming on now from our mails and all of this other channels that people have been trying to get to us through. Now, the first question that we got from our last week episode, very funny. The person was asking, what if I got to realize that my ex is the person I'm meant to be with, destined by God to be with? So what do I do? Isn't it right to still connect with my ex again and all of that? And so, man,
just maybe.
Right. What if I was wrong? What if I was wrong? You see, the first thing that came to my mind, when I read that question, Charlie, is this very simple. I know that this country, and not just this country, Charlie, I know that we live in a generation with a lot of exes. Everybody's exes now. It's quite difficult to find people that unexed people, everybody's an ex-man and an ex-woman and all of that. So it's quite difficult. Now, I'm saying this, the first thing that came to my mind, Charlie, was that it is this same impulsive behavior that made you lose that person that you're now thinking that is the one. What is really wrong with people? Do you understand what I'm saying? What's really wrong with people? That idea of telling people that you don't know what you have until you lose. This is where I picked a mistake or an error there in that particular question, Charlie. If you get to find out, it is that the person that person is dating right now, I think it's a lady that said that question, the person she's dating right now is actually less in terms of class and in terms of expectation than the former one. Possibly. And so that most people, I'm not saying all, but most people, to be very honest, Charlie, most people are actually, in regrets, and they claim the ex is the real deal because they've now had a taste of this current person and they got to discover that the person they left behind actually, is better than I have seen that, this particular thing firsthand. People leave you and then they get to realize that you were better. So they are not returning to you because you're the right person. They may use that in pretext as the motive for coming back. But honestly speaking, it is because between the two people they are seeing right now, you happen to be the best choice. And this is where the nail drives harder inside, Charlie. If you take these people back or you make the mistake of falling for your emotions, this is what happens, Charlie. The day that somebody actually comes and is better than you, they walk away. Of course. Because obviously you are not the best of the best. He didn't create you with Jesus on one side and in all of these things, right? So the day they get to realize that, they walk away, Charlie. And so what happens after that? I would love to hear you talk about this, Charlie. Please go ahead.
Okay, the fact that you want to go back to your ex shows that, just like you said, there's actually an attachment, and the attachment is based on the treatment that was given to you.
Very
so
true.
If you already have dreams, or you're having dreams that your ex keeps coming, I keep seeing my ex in my dream and I'm wondering if the present one is, don't you know that the more you think about a thing, you can dream about it?
Very true.
You can imagine it. And sometimes even when you pray about it, you keep hearing the person's name or seeing the person's face. Whatever you think about, the scripture says that as a man thinketh, so he becomes. So you keep thinking about it, you power it and give it a life, so it comes in the face of the one you have been thinking about. So it's possible that you've been having dreams and have been seeing this person, or you've been hearing this person by the Lord. Yes, like you said, by the Lord or the Holy Spirit, whoever told you. It's possible that it is your emotions. Your emotions are at play here. The truth is, it is very, very dangerous to just want to go back to your ex because you see the person in a dream, or because you feel that this present person isn't treating you as that person. Because over time that you've left your ex has changed. priorities change,
Very true.
people grow,
Very true.
and there's maturity.
Yeah.
So you have the picture of the former person. You are living on that picture. And what you keep seeing is, if I go back, that's the same way I'll be treated. What if you go back and this person has changed? There's a major change and shift in this person's life, and you are not able to get the same response and the same treatment. So what do? You go back to your ex, to go back to your ex, which is your present. So you are
My goodness.
ex-woman.
She's an ex-woman.
Woo! See something.
Now, ladies, I just have something to say. Charlie, ladies need to listen to this.
Yeah.
Now, most married men, we have these cases now. Most married men have used this particular pretext to actually get into the hearts of single ladies out there.
Oh my God.
And it is not just the married men, it is these exes. The guy is with a lady currently he's dating, but he's still like you were saying, Charlie, finds his ex still attractive. True. And he knows that she has a soft spot. And so, ladies, when you are out there, you begin to hear that we're having trouble with my present. I don't really even like her. I don't understand her. She's mistake. I had one that the guy told her that the current one is too materialistic. She's modest and all of those things. He regrets leaving her and all of those things like that. Man, that's the most classic 21st century man talking. And all of that. And this is one of the major points. Ladies, this will be an indicator for you. When you find out that he keeps complaining about his ex, but he's still in the relationship,
he really doesn't want.
He's scamming you.
Big scam.
He's scamming you. And okay, if you keep whining and complaining, why are you calling me? Why are you texting me? Well, we have problem with my parent, with my spouse now. We have issues with her. She doesn't even understand. She want. Oh, I miss you. You're the only one that gets me. You're the one that understands me and all of that. Mind you, Charlie, some ladies do that, but I feel that the men do that more.
True.
When ladies do that, there's something the guy brings to the table. It can be finances, it can be kind of all of that. Now when that begins to happen, please ladies, don't get carried away. I would have this to tell you. If a man wants to leave, or anybody, it shouldn't be because of you. He should leave because he has finally realized that this particular relationship is a wrong path. They are not on the same path, but not because of you.
Yeah.
Because one day that story with that other lady will be your story that he will tell another lady.
True.
And so be very careful, even you two out guys, that this girl ditched you some years ago and she's now calling you, she's with somebody, she's dating. And the surprising part is that they keep posting things on Facebook, Charlie, together.
Yes.
They are doing well.
Very well.
They are doing well,
Family
and then
pictures
wonderful things, and then he is out there or she's out there telling you, my husband is just what I want, my guy is just, I don't really get him, he's not like you, he doesn't get me just like you, and all of that. That's a powerful indicator you need to look out for out there. If that is happening, please don't fall for that mistake. Don't fall. If you don't have anybody, don't tell that person yes, because some people out there, Charlie, they will say yes to these exes because they are still single.
True.
Most ladies go back into relationship with their exes because they are still single. Being single is not a death sentence. We keep telling people this, all right? So please mark this. If the man is telling you that I'm in trouble and he say, just tell me yes, one day I will leave.
Yeah,
this girlfriend of mine, I will leave my wife. That one day
can be
rapture can come and happen. That thing will never happen.
And you do it in
they
heaven.
are very excited. Yes, Charlie, please. Let's.
Okay, ladies, just as he has said, we are begging and pleading that you take this very serious. You are seeing a married man, or a married man keeps hitting on you because he's your ex. I'm telling you, he keeps telling you things about his wife, yet he's not leaving his wife. He's not gonna leave her. Guess what? Some of these women have been through a lot with the men, and so they value and respect them. You are not bold enough to stay there, to go through that thing with that man, and another woman comes and is able to be selfless and sacrifice to go through the stuff with the man, and then all of a sudden when he's now polished, you want to return because you find out that I had made a mistake. Well, he's never going to leave her. He keeps telling you she doesn't treat you well, she doesn't cook well. You need to appear in their house in a spirit form and see how good,
see how wonderful,
oh God, how good he treats his wife. He gives her money, she goes for vacation, takes care of the kids. He's never going to leave his wife. So it doesn't matter if you feel that. Sometimes men are just good with with words.
And this thing doesn't just happen in marriage, Charlie.
No, it doesn't.
Even single men actually do.
Very true. That. They know exactly what to say. You know why women, these are things we love to hear. We love to hear that we are needed. We love to hear that we are wanted. We love to hear that we are better than someone.
Wow,
or that we treat someone better. We love to hear that we can handle someone better. So whenever we are told these things, it excites us and pushes us into sacrificing anything and compromising anything. At the end, we fall victims and we get hurt, and then we have plenty bitter, angry, heartbroken women and everything. And so also for the guys, there are ladies I just heard right now that you are asking the question that what happens when both parties are married? We've had cases like that.
Very true.
Both parties are married, and the married woman is trying to get to the married man and say, oh, both of us are not enjoying our marriages and everything.
So why don't you just hook up?
Yes, let's hook up. Let me ask you a question. Why don't they let their partners know? It's very simple. They can just call their partners and say, oh, we're not doing it again. We decide to hook up. They keep it a secret because they still value their homes. They want to maintain their homes. So you're there deceiving yourself. Either the man is hitting on the woman or the woman is hitting on the man. They will not leave. If they wanted to, they would have, just like he said from the onset. It's very easy to just say, hey, I'm not doing this again. I just discovered that I have been on the wrong path and we can't just do this again. It's very, very easy. Even if a man is cheating on his wife, that he's doing it in secret means he values her. So he's not going to leave. Yes, that he's doing it in secret. He can as well just bring the lady to the house. There's nothing she can do, bring the lady, but that he does it in secret, he values his wife. We want to beg and plead that we begin to take note of this, that the more that you let your exes or besties too involved in your life, the more trouble you cause for yourself, and then it gets to a point where you can no longer handle it. So there's a lot of rush of emotion and many mistakes are made. Mind you, sometimes for the married people, children are involved. We ought to begin to do things, be selfless, especially bearing in mind our kids. What do we explain to them? Some families have broken up today because of exes and besties. And then we have stories to tell our children. There are children out there that grow up being something, they don't understand their lives because of this event. And we begin to become conscious. You can't be a friend to your ex. It is difficult. Something always comes up, just like we said last week. You always talk about the past. What else will you be talking about in the present when you were not together? You were only together and very close in the past. So you keep revisiting the past, talk about when you used to have nice time, and before you know it, you trigger an atmosphere that permits certain things.
Thank you so much, Charlie. Guys, our time is fast spent. We have quite a number of questions we want to really address here. You know, some people are asking Charlie, what if he's a colleague? What if my ex is a colleague and we have to keep meeting up in the office and we have contacts together and all of that? You know, another question is saying that what if both of us are still single? I left him, he left me, and they, and you know, all of those things like that. Guys, now the basic point is we will continue this on the WhatsApp group. There will be a number displayed on your screen. To see this, you know, contact this number. They will add you up to the WhatsApp group. We have been having this intense discussion there you don't want to miss. But this is the entire point of this video, in this episode. We want to say, before you make somebody an ex, be careful, you may be in the shoe. That's the point we want to hit here. Before you make somebody your ex, we want you to sit down and think about it. How do you do that? Please, you've got to find a reason. This still boils down, Charlie, to understanding who you are and what you want. We've said this in other episodes. You need to know yourself before going into any important relationship you expect to last for a long time. All right? So this is a major point of this episode. If you have any of these questions, please, you know, send a message to this number on your screen, and they're going to add you up. This conversation is going to continue on that WhatsApp group, and it's going to be very great. We have a lot of people already. Some relationship experts are there, also married people and singles. We're all there. We're trying to get this answer straight and all of that. We want to say this, Charlie. If you're with somebody, make sure you value that person, all right? Don't be that person trying to get that ex back when you would have, you know, kept that person. So before you watching this, trying to break up with that person, we'll say watch it, all right? Pray about this. Talk to your mentors about this and all of that before you break that person's heart. Yes, Charlie, as we wrap this up.
I think that's
thank you so much for staying with us on this episode. We love you so much. Thank you for the messages. Thank you for the subscription. Please, we ask that you subscribe to this channel. We need to increase that base, all right? So you can share these videos to quite a number of people. Once again, we have iJerry Concept behind the cameras. We say thank you so much for all of the wonderful productions and all of that, right? Charlie?
Yes, for me.
Thank you so much. See you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.